our history together, the most competitive, because remain the good turning and the good agility of the year before, but the bike improve a lot, the engine improve a lot. Yamaha work a lot on the engine and remain with the same smooth power, delivery, but with a lot more power. And this bike was also very fast on the straight. So we make a big step. If you look at this bike close to the 2004 version, have a lot of difference. And this is like the grandfather of the last version. The details are all at 100%. The bike was very precise in all the parts. Change a lot also the curling for the aerodynamic side, and the bike was not just the faster, but maybe one of the most beautiful bike of Yamaha during this season. Remain 990s, but in this version the power improved a lot compared to the 2004. That was a bike between 2003 and 2005. This is like the last version, and was very good to ride. We work very much also on the electronic side. We start with all the system for help the slide with some traction control, but also help the wheelie. So I think the secret of that bike was the balance, because the bike was very fast on the straight, but at the same time remain easy to use, easy to ride, and easy to make a good setting. So with this bike we were able to win the championship and 11 races, so it was maybe the best M1. The 2006 bike was more similar to 2005, but we try to improve the bike. But unfortunately, we create a big problem, because this bike was different in this area for improve the agility, for improve the turning. But unfortunately, we cause a big problem called chattering. After some races we understand that in this area the bike was not strong enough, and in the hard braking, in the hard corner, the front part of the bike will make a hard vibration and become very difficult to ride, quite impossible, because if you push more you have this hard vibration with a high frequency, and always you lose the front. So unfortunately, it was a big problem that make us to lose the first part of the season. I say unfortunately because also this bike have a good potential, was very fast, the engine was fast in the straight, but we lose the first 4 or 5 races for this problem. When we understand, we make some modify, we fix the chattering problem. But at that moment we had already a big disadvantage in the championship. But with some good races, some victories, we come back for the challenge, for the battle. But in the second part of the season, we have also to manage the tire problem, because in that season we started to have some problem with the Michelin tires. So make some good result, but also some zero, some retirement. We had some big unlucky, unfortunately, and we cannot use the maximum potential of this bike. And at the end, I lose the championship in the last race in Valencia because I crashed. But yeah, some good memories, because some great victories, like Sachsenring starting from 11 places and arrive first. And some, unfortunately, some bad memories, and we cannot use the potential of the 2006 version. Unfortunately, in 2007, the rules changed, and from the 1000 bike, we have to switch to the 800. We cannot understand why. A lot of people don't understand why. And yes, I think it's not the right decision, because the 1000 bike was more exciting and better to drive and better to race with each others. But anyway, all the people have to change radically the bike. The bike become smaller, a little bit lighter, with a smaller engine. And this is the first version in 2007. And was a very difficult season, because all the Japanese manufacturers work in one way for the engine, and also the rules change because of less liter in the tank. So the bike become also less power for sure, but also more difficult to ride, and we had a lot of problems. But especially we have to fight with the Ducati, that make a very fast bike in that season. At the same time, we had the problem of the tires, because in 2007 Bridgestone became clearly better than Michelin after a lot of season. So we have to manage these two type of problems, and we try to don't give up. Try to keep open the championship, especially against Stoner, that was very fast. We make some victories, but at the end we had we have too much problem for try to win, and the big problem was the lack of power in the straight. But at the same time, Ducati worked very well on the electronic system for help the riding of the bike. So at the end of 2007 season, I speak a lot with Mr. Furusawa for try to improve the bike under this point of view. So with this bike, have mainly bad memories. But also some good victory, like Mugello, but especially Assen, starting from 11th place and won the race. But was the first 800 version, and was the father of the next M1 that bring us a lot of victories. In 2008, Yamaha was able to make a big step, and we raced with this bike, and we won 9 races and the championship. So it was great memories. The bike improved a lot under different point of view. The first thing was the engine, that have a lot more power, and the bike was a lot faster. We improve a lot the fuel consumption also for manage a good power. At the same time, Yamaha work very much on the software of the bike, and all the electronic system improve very much. So I speak about anti-wheelie system and traction control, anti-spin, but also the possibility to modify corner by corner and gear by gear the behavior of the bike. So these are the two bigger steps. But at the same time, we have to work very much on the bike, because we switch from Michelin to Bridgestone tires. And the Bridgestone tires are completely different. So we need to work a lot on the bike, on the setting, for change very much the weight distribution, for take the maximum from these tires. And at the end, work. We make a very good experience also for the next years. And at the end, we won the championship, so it was a great memory with this bike. In 2009, the bike doesn't change a lot, because The 2008 version was a winning version, and was competitive. The bigger difference is that the bike become more clever, because looks from the outside they are very similar. We change from what we learn, from what we understand in 2008 for use the Bridgestone tire. In this bike are more clear, more fixed. At the same time, we improve a lot the software, so the bike become more clever, and you can modify a lot the behavior of the bike, the engine character, but the behavior of all the electronic system in a different situation, like more cold, more hot, but also in a situation with more or less grip, and especially in the wet. So in all this year, the bike make a big step under electronic system, and I think this is the bigger difference compared to the 2008 version, but also bigger compared to the old Yamaha.